Mexico, a country of southern North America and the third largest country in Latin America, after Brazil and Argentina. The ancient civilizations of Mexico lasted about 2,500 years. Then, in the 15th century, a group of Spanish explorers arrived in the newly discovered continent of America. They were under orders from the Spanish crown to turn what is today's Mexico territory into a Spanish colony. They also brought in religion. Catholicism is declining gradually in Mexico, but is still the religion of approximately 85% of Mexicans. If you don't know me already, my name is Edith, your IELTS instructor, a traveler, and a digital nomad. Welcome to my channel. Walking around in the street, in the shop, it's not difficult to see skulls everywhere. But this has nothing to do with Catholicism. Why the skull? What is so special about the skull? Well, the skull in Mexican culture represents death and rebirth, the entire reason for Day of Death celebrations. Local culture believes that the afterlife is as important, if not more important, than your life on earth. The skull symbolizes both sides, life and the afterlife. The decorating of the skull and how it's decorated reflects the wants, desires, and likes of the deceased family members. La Condensa is a quaint area with a lot of tree-lined streets, restaurants, and cafes. It's perfect for digital nomads. The Wi-Fi collections is strong, the cafes around also welcome people to stay, work remotely, and enjoy a coffee. This website shows us indicators on whether Mexico City is a great place for digital nomads to live. It talks about the cost of living, the internet speed, the safety, and even the possibility of encountering racism. Mexico is notorious around the world for its drug trafficking and crime, but when I was traveling in Mexico City, I felt safe wandering around on the streets. And these days, the Airbnb or hotels also implement safety measures to keep the guests safe, like having more than one gate at the entrance or employing security guards. Most of the hotels are also equipped with swimming pools, so you can chill and get a nice suntan while on vacation. In Mexico City, I can find so many different kinds of unpopular fruit in Japan or Hong Kong. A lot of them are native to Mexico and Central America. The plethora of trees on the street is not random in Mexico City. Since ancient times, the indigenous people had already learned how to live with nature in the forest. That's why we see most of the ancient pyramids in Mexico are surrounded by forest. Since the city launched its green plan in 2007, it has protected 13,600 hectares of significant land. created a system for monitoring protected areas, and initiated a reforestation program by planting 2.5 million trees per year. Mexico City's diverse flora is crucial to the city's environment. In particular, the forest is responsible for both restoring aquifers and cleaning polluted air, which 9 million residents depend on. An aquifer is a body of rock and/or sediment that holds groundwater. The aquifers alone store the groundwater, which is the main water source for 20 million inhabitants in both the city itself and its suburbs. However, the growing population in Mexico threatens the existence of urban forest. Without the trees, the aquifers cannot be restored, which will cause a shortage of water supply. In fact, these days, the city always experiences water problems. Since the aquifers are unconsolidated, the development of Mexico City makes the city itself heavier and heavier. The city is actually sinking every year up to 40 centimeters. Vocab list: civilization, Catholicism, skull, deceased, quaint, tree-lined, indicator, the cost of living, internet speed, safety, encounter, racism, notorious, drug trafficking, wander around, implement, safety measure, security guard, native, indigenous, reforestation, flora, restore, aquifer, sediment, groundwater, suburb, existence, urban forest, unconsolidated. Cozumel is an island and municipality in the Caribbean Sea off the eastern coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Opposite Playa del Carmen, Cozumel in Mayan language means the island of swallows. Cozumel, according to history, was the home of the goddess Ixchel, goddess of love and fertility. It is said that Ixchel sent his favorite bird, the swallow, as a token of thanks to the island. That's why it is known as the Island of Swallows. It is famous for white sand beaches, diving, and friendly locals. A part of the island mainly caters to cruise ships. Majority of the cruises are from the United States. I met a staff member on the cruise when we were eating in a taco joint. He told us that the cruise is like a mini town. There is a cinema, tennis court, and golf course on the cruise, and it can hold 8,000 passengers and 2,000 crew members. Since there is a big expat population in Cozumel, stores stock many products Americans are used to buying. It's not hard to find shops and restaurants that accept US dollar. They even adopted the tipping culture. Every country has its own approach to tipping, and it can be a very controversial subject. with the potential to cause serious offense if done incorrectly. The practice of tipping has a long history in Mexico, dating back to the beginnings of the nation's tourist industry. Over time, however, the influence of United States' strong tipping culture has resulted in an evolution towards a reliance on tipping by service workers to supplement relatively low salaries. In tourist areas such as Cozumel or Playa del Carmen, it has become normal to tip between 15 to 20%, relatively in line with the US standard. Do you know you can feel weightless under the water and experience zero gravity? At times, I feel like an astronaut floating in space. In this alien world, we can see a lot of mysterious creatures lurking under the sea of Cozumel. Shocking? No, there are so many areas under the sea that are not even explored. What you are seeing today is only a fraction of what you will see underwater. I'm sure you understand why I'm completely hooked with this activity, which offers adrenaline rush. Vocab list: municipality, swallow, fertility, cater to, cruise, expert, controversial, offense, reliance, supplement, widespread, establishment, weightless, zero gravity, astronaut, alien world, nerk, adrenaline rush. That's all for today. If you would like to support me or to have more of this kind of content, please click the like button and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers!